15 common reasons your car won't start. Dead battery. This is one of the most common reasons. If the battery is old or hasn't been charged properly, your car won't start. You can try jump-starting the car, but if the battery is too old, it may need to be replaced. 2. Faulty ignition switch. If the ignition switch is faulty, it won't send the necessary signals to start the engine. You might notice issues such as difficulty turning the key or dashboard lights not turning on when you turn the key to the on position. 3. Fuel issues. Your car needs fuel to run. If there's an issue with the fuel pump, fuel filter, or if the tank is empty, your car won't start. Listen for a humming noise when you turn the key to the on position, indicating the fuel pump is functioning. 4. Starter motor problems. If the starter motor is faulty or worn out, it won't be able to crank the engine. You might hear a clicking sound when you turn the key, indicating that the starter motor is trying to engage but failing. 5. Faulty alternator. The alternator charges the battery while the engine is running. If it's not working properly, the battery might not have enough power to start the car. You might notice dimming headlights or other electrical issues before the car fails to start. 6. Bad starter. Solenoid. The starter solenoid is responsible for engaging the starter motor. If it's faulty, the starter motor won't engage. Sometimes tapping the solenoid lightly with a hammer can temporarily fix the issue. 7. Ignition system issues. Problems with the ignition system, such as a faulty ignition coil or spark plugs, can prevent the engine from starting. You might experience rough idling or poor acceleration, in addition to difficulty starting the engine. 8. Broken timing belt. If the timing belt breaks, the engine won't be able to run and your car won't start. You might hear a loud clunking or clicking noise coming from the engine when you try to start the car. 9. Clogged fuel injector. A clogged fuel injector can prevent fuel from reaching the engine, causing starting issues. You might notice poor fuel efficiency or a rough running engine, in addition to difficulty starting the car. 10. Empty gas tank. Sometimes it's as simple as running out of gas. Check your fuel gauge to make sure there's enough fuel in the tank. Try to avoid letting the fuel level get too low, as it can damage the fuel pump. 11. Security system malfunction. If your car's security system is malfunctioning, it might prevent the engine from starting. Check for any security system warning lights on the dashboard and try using a spare key if you suspect a key fob issue. 12. Faulty crankshaft position sensor. The crankshaft position sensor detects the position of the crankshaft and helps the engine control unit, ECU, determine when to fire the spark plugs. If it's faulty, the engine might not start. You might notice intermittent stalling or misfiring, in addition to difficulty starting the engine. 13. Flooded engine. If you've been trying to start the engine multiple times without success, it might become flooded with fuel, making it difficult to start. To clear a flooded engine, hold the gas pedal to the floor while cranking the engine to allow more air into the cylinders. 14. Broken key. If your car uses a physical key to start the engine, a broken key might prevent the ignition cylinder from turning. Avoid using excessive force to turn the key, as it could damage the ignition cylinder further. 15. Engine overheating. If the engine has overheated, it might not start until it has cooled down sufficiently. Check the temperature gauge on the dashboard and allow the engine to cool before attempting to start it again. These are just some common reasons why your car might not start. Depending on your specific situation, the actual cause could be different, so it's always a good idea to have a professional mechanic diagnose the problem. If you found this information helpful, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel for more automotive tips and advice.